ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome back to the Bhagavad Gita study group. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So last week we completed chapter 14 in detail, right? Do we have any questions about chapter 14?
Could you revise a little? I'm sorry, I had this.
Okay, we could do that. Do we have any specific questions about chapter 14? Anybody? Okay, where did chapter 14 start? What is chapter 14 about? Tell me.
About gunas.
Correct. Okay, so chapter 14 is properly talking to us about the three modes of material nature. Okay, which are the three modes of material nature? Sattva gun, which is goodness, Rajogun, which is passion, Tamogun, which is ignorance. Okay, and Krishna tells us that if you understand the nature of these gunas, right, if you constantly become aware that these gunas are what are binding you, are what are pushing you to do things against your wish, right? Sunil, we have this question, right? I don't want to do something and still I land up doing it. Why? Because at that point, I, the Jivatma, I am becoming weaker than the gun that I am under. Okay? So I am letting my gun become stronger than me. So conscious living. What is conscious living? It simply means I'm always conscious that I am stronger than everything else that influences me. Please understand the word conscious. Conscious means I am aware. I am aware that I have control over every situation, over every action of mine. I am superior, therefore I, as Jivatma, I have control. Okay? And chapter 14 is very, very important for that reason. It helps me realize कि भाई मैं जो भी कर रही हूँ ना, I'm under a particular mode and therefore I am doing it. And the minute I realize that I have control, then I will be able to go back to being my original self, which is Sat Chit Ananda. Right? I will become what Krishna intended for me to be as part and parcel of him. Right? So every time I'm feeling very pure, I'm feeling like I have a lot of knowledge, I'm feeling like I don't want to accumulate any sins, I want to do what is right. That time I'm in Satogun. The minute I feel कि मुझे काम करना है, मुझे ये लेना है, मुझे वो लेना है, I have to accomplish this, I have to accomplish that, that time I'm in Rajogun. And when I'm feeling very lazy, when I'm feeling like I don't want to do anything, I want to sit down and gossip about everybody else in the world, I'm in Tamogun. Becoming aware of which gun I'm in helps me overcome that particular gun. Right? So it is very, very important to understand what gun is dominant at this particular time. All three gunas will keep constantly fighting for superiority, but I have to know that I as Jivatma am superior. And therefore, I need to constantly be in touch with Krishna because he is above the modes. Krishna is Gunatit. And when I latch myself on to Krishna, then I can also go out of bondage and become Gunatit. Right? And then of course Arjun asks, what are the characteristics of a person who has transcended these gunas? And Krishna gives a very nice explanation, just like he's spoken in the 2nd chapter about a Sthita Prajna, he's spoken in the 12th chapter about a Bhakta, he's spoken in the 13th chapter about a Jnani. Like that, in the 14th chapter again he says, a person who is in light and knowledge, a person who is very wise, is in Satogun. A person who has a lot of desire to work, a lot of activity, he is in Rajogun. And a person who is in illusion is in Tamogun. But a person who does not care about any of these modes that affect him, he doesn't get agitated when Rajogun affects him, doesn't get agitated when Tamogun affects him. He just stays calm. Right? That person, you should understand, to have transcended the modes. That person, he knows the value of things, but he does not get swept away by them. He is the same in happiness, in sadness. He is same to people who are good to him, to people who are not good to him. Right? He is the same when he gets man or he gets upman. He is the same to friends and to enemies. Right? He is a person who has stopped working for self-enjoyment. He is a person who has given up aham mameti. He's moved from I consciousness to Krishna consciousness. Such a person is Gunatit. Okay, so this is what the 14th chapter essentially talks about. Okay, Sonal, 14th chapter I would suggest very, very important. Take it like a little Navneet guide. Keep referring to it regularly, because it will help us identify कि मैं कौन से गुण में हूँ. Okay? Now see this 15th chapter that we're going to start today, right, is the most commonly recited chapter. Okay? It's taught in many schools. It's recited in many homes as a morning prayer. Right? It's chanted, I think in Purushottam month, people chant it every day. Okay? And when people start to learn the Bhagavad Gita, they normally start by learning to recite the 15th chapter or the 12th chapter. So most people are very familiar with this chapter. Okay. This chapter has two sections, very clearly two themes. One tells me, please detach from this material world. Very clearly it says, material world is not the place for a gentleman to be in. So bhai detach ho jao yahan se. Second, it says, understand who is Purushottam. Okay? Understand who is that Purusha Uttamam, the supreme person. Okay? Now, to develop detachment from this material world, we have to first understand ki bhai, what is the constitution of this material world? How is it working? Who are we? Why have we come here? Why am I struggling so hard? What is my duty? And all this the 14th chapter taught us. Right? So the 14th chapter is telling me why am I struggling so much. All that, right, is very, very important, because unless I figure out why am I struggling, what is my duty, and then I will focus on how do I get out of this material entanglement. Right? And when I get out of this entanglement, what should I do? I've detached myself from the material world. Okay, that's a very good thing. But I need to attach myself somewhere. Right? So who is that person that I need to attach myself to? 15th chapter will help us understand even better that we're all eternal servants of Krishna. Right? That is the perfection of my life. So 14th chapter help me understand कि भाई I am under the modes. Krishna is not under the modes. So let me go back to being my original Gunatit structure. Krishna is not under the modes. Krishna is Gunatit. I am originally above the modes. So I'm going to stop dancing according to the gunas and I'm going to try and become Gunatit. So 14th chapter ended by telling me how to transcend the modes. The last two verses are very, very beautiful. It says there's only one way to do it. By taking shelter of Krishna. I'm currently bound by Satogun, bound by Rajogun, bound by Tamogun. But if I have to go above it, if I have to transcend the modes, the only way to do it is to take shelter of Krishna. Right? So that 26th verse of the 14th chapter, for those who missed it, okay, quick revision. 26th verse of chapter 14, Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Don't be disloyal to me. Krishna is saying, loyal bano और मेरी सेवा करो. कैसे? भक्ति से. Serve me with unalloyed devotion. Right? Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Highlights that. Krishna is loudly and clearly saying, one way, only one solution. Serve me with unalloyed devotion. And that will help you to get out of the three modes of material nature and go to the level of Brahman. Okay? So please remember, if we want to become that person that Krishna is describing in the 12th chapter, 13th chapter, 2nd chapter, 14th chapter, then we need to attach ourselves to Krishna. Okay? And then Krishna says, where was I? Yeah. So Krishna has said, serve me with unalloyed devotion. Get attached to me. But to get attached to Krishna, I need to first detach from this material world. Correct? How to detach from this material world is what the 15th chapter is going to teach me. Beautiful chapter. Don't miss a single verse. In fact, I would recommend you try and learn the 15th chapter by heart. Okay? So, Atha Panchadashodhyayah Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Adashakam Ashwatham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavid.
Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas.
Lovely. Okay, ध्यान से सुनना. ऊर्ध्वमूलम अधशाखम अश्वत्थम प्राहुर अव्ययम. So what they're telling us is, people tell us there is an Ashwatha tree. Ashwatha is a banyan tree. Okay? Please remember, what they're talking about is that there is a banyan tree which has its urdhva moolam, the mool, The root of that banyan tree is upward. And other shakam, the shakhas, the branches are downwards. Right? So they're talking about a tree जिसकी roots ऊपर है, branches नीचे हैं. And this ashwatha, this banyan tree, they tell us is avyayam. It is eternal, it is imperishable. Chandamsi yasya parnani. Parnani means leaves. The leaves of this banyan tree, they say, are chanda, the Vedic hymns. Yastam Veda, sa Vedavit. A person who understands the secret of this banyan tree becomes the knower of the Vedas. Okay? So, this material world is compared to a banyan tree. So, Krishna is speaking of a Ashwatha tree. Please understand the meaning of Ashwatha. Shashwat. Shashwat is what? Eternal. But this is Ashashwat. Ashwatha. We believe that it is going to be eternal, but it is not eternal. It changes all the time. It is not remaining the same. It is constantly changing. So we are living in a world which is ashashwat, which is temporary. It is constantly changing. Right? And this world is ulta. Okay? Spiritual world वहां पे है. उसका reflection is this world. इसीलिए the roots are ऊपर. Normally roots should be down, no? But the roots of this tree are ऊपर and the branches are below. Okay? So this material world is like a ulta banyan tree. Okay, it's a huge ashwatha tree. Right? That is the tree for my soul. The roots are ऊपर. Right? The roots are originating from God. Please understand, why are the roots ऊपर? The roots are originating from the spiritual world. They're all originating from God. From Him come all the jivatmas. From Him comes Prakriti. From Him come all the three gunas. Right? The Pancha Mahabhut, Bhume, Rapo, Nalo, Vayu, Kham, Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. From Him come all our senses. Everything originates from Him. Remember, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mattah Sarvam Pravartate. So everything comes from Him, everything is nourished by Him, everything is supported by Him. Right? The trunk and the branches, they are extending downwards. Adashakam. So these are talking about the different life forms, the different planetary systems that we have. Right? So we are all these jivatmas who are coming from God. And these leaves, right? These leaves are Vedic hymns. Right? In a tree, what is the function of leaves? To nourish the tree, correct? To make food for the tree. So the leaves are responsible for nourishment. So in our life, the chanda, the Vedic hymns, the Vedic mantras, all Shruti, Smruti, right, is supposed to nourish our lives. It is supposed to guide us to our final destination. That is why we have the scriptures. The scriptures are a manual by which we should be living our lives and going to our final destination. Unfortunately, we are using these chanda, these leaves, only for temporary material benefits. All of you are good at drawing, right? Draw an ulta tree. Roots coming from Krishna. Shakha. All of us, all the 14 planetary systems, everything, right? The modes, the prakriti, the 5 gross elements, the sense organs, everything coming from Krishna. Draw nice leaves, and these are the chanda, these are our manuals which tell us how to live in this world and how to get out of this world. Unfortunately, हम वो leaves का दुरुपयोग कर रहे हैं. We're not using it very sensibly.
Yes, I was wondering where we are in this tree.
Okay, where we are in this tree, we are somewhere on this tree. Okay, you will soon identify where we are on this tree. But it doesn't matter where we are on this tree, Sanchi. Look at that last line. It says, Yastam Veda Saveda With. As soon as we understand what this tree is all about, Sanchi, we will exit the tree. It doesn't matter कि मैं स्वर्गलोक में हूं, कि मैं भूलोक पे हूं, कि मैं भूअरलोक पे हूं, कि मैं पाताल लोक में हूं. Doesn't matter. For now, you and me know that we are on this earthly planet. We are in the best situation possible because this is the only planet from where I can exit. Okay, Sanchi? So, thank God, send out a little prayer of gratitude saying, I am in the best place possible. Not just that, I'm in the best place possible, studying the best scripture possible to help me exit from here. In fact, studying the best chapter possible, which is going to tell me right today how to exit from wherever I am on this Ashwatha tree. Okay? What we are doing is, we are doing a lot of puja path to get more and more benefits in this material world. Right? We are using all those hymns and prayers and rituals so that I can get more and more benefits in this material world and go to Swargalok. So that I can enjoy Swargalok. Because I am forgetting कि भाई स्वर्गलोक में भी जब पुण्य खत्म होगा, I will fall back to earth. Luckily, for whatever reason, my पुण्य वहां के खत्म हो गए, I have fallen back to earth. Now let me pay close attention to what Krishna is telling me, so that I will do that and I will get out of this chakkar of Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Because the purpose of the Vedas, the real intention of the Vedas is to help me understand that I am beyond this cycle of life and death. I should work to get out of this cycle. That is why Krishna has said, Yastam Veda Sa Veda With. The day you understand this, that day you've understood the real purpose of life. Right? This samsar that we are in, right, is this Ashwatha tree. I have to understand why am I in this samsar? To finish whatever my lena dena is, to attach myself to Krishna and to go back. Right? Let's do these verses and you'll get a very clear picture today. Please repeat the second verse after me. Adhaschurdhvam prasrutastasya shakha Guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha Adhascha moolan yanusantatani Karmanubandhini manushya loke. Okay, alright. So, Krishna has continued giving us this banyan tree ka explanation. Okay, the description of this banyan tree. Adhas cha urdhvam. Adha is down, sorry. Adhas च ऊर्ध्वम प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखा. इस ट्री में जो ब्रांचेस हैं, ऊपर जा रहे, नीचे जा रहे, सब जगह they are spreading. Okay, this banyan tree. Sorry.
Some disturbance sound.
I know there is construction going on above me, and I'm so sorry. So I'm trying to yell and scream. I'm so sorry.
No issue.
Yeah. So, this banyan tree is growing in all directions. This banyan tree is going upwards, it's going downwards, it's getting more and more complex. Right? Why is this banyan tree going in all directions? Guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha. Because of the gunas, because of the hajar distractions that this material world provides. Please understand. We're all bound in Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. And while we are bound in these modes, Guna Pravruddha, I'm bound in these modes, and so Prakruti kya karti hai? Keeps giving me more and more things, keeps distracting me. Vishaya Pravalaha. Lots of wishes, lots of sense pleasures keep attracting me. Right? आज यहाँ पे एक मूवी चल रहा है, आज वहां पे एक म्यूजिकल फेस्ट चल रहा है, आज वहां पे डिनर पार्टी चल रहा है, आज वहां पे है ना फ्रेंड्स का गेट टुगेदर चल रहा है. all these things, Vishaya Pravalaha, they're pulling me in so many directions, so many pleasures everywhere. Right? Every time I'm fulfilling one pleasure, I'm getting more and more bound in this karma bandhan. Right? So in this human form, I perform many karmas. And because of those karmas, I keep growing shakha, branches. Some of these karmas are good karmas. So what happens? They take me upwards, urdhva. Some of the work that I do is bad. It takes me adha, downwards. Right? So there's this constant thing of I'm doing something to take me to the heavenly planets. I'm doing something to take me to Patal Lok. God knows how I will be born in my next life. When I'm doing punya, I could be born as Gandharvas. I could be born as a Devta. When I'm doing papa, I could go down to the animal kingdom. I could be born as a gadha, as a cat, as a dog, as a tree. Who knows? Right? A normal tree को हम पानी डालते हैं. This material world का tree, what am I providing? Guna pravruddha. Right? I am nourishing my life with the gunas that I am in. Right? And every time a new desire comes, it's like a new bud on that tree. Ek aur desire. I want to enjoy more. I want to satisfy one more sense. I need to perform one more karma. Right? Adhascha mulani anusantatani. I grow more and more roots. We've all seen banyan trees, right? So many roots. समझ में नहीं आता कि कहां से शुरुआत है, कहां से बंद हो रहा है. Right? So many times we see कि secondary roots are coming from these branches and going into the ground. है ना? That banyan tree जब नया होता है तब ठीक है ऊपर जा रहा है, फिर क्या होता है? More secondary roots those branches give out and these roots go into the ground. Which means I become so nicely engaged कि I just keep doing more and more karmas. कर्मानुबंधीनी मनुष्य लोके. कर्म में मैं पूरी बंध जाती हूँ. I get completely bound by my karmas. I get fussed in karma bandhan and I stay in this manushya lok, in this material world. My desires are unending. So I keep increasing. I keep expanding unlimitedly. I do things to go up, things to go down. And I get so entangled in this life that I forget my original source. I get completely lost. Always keep in mind, this world is designed in such a way that it takes me downwards only. It keeps me fussed only. I have to make a conscious effort to go upwards, to go to Golok. And when I realize that I don't want to get entangled, that is when I turn to Krishna and I say, Bhagwan ji, bas, ab karma ka bandhan nahi chahiye. अब इस मनुष्य लोक में भी नहीं रहना है. I don't want to be entangled in this material world. I want to break free. Right? So then Krishna gives me the best verse possible. Okay? The third verse. Please pay attention and repeat after me. So now the third verse, please. न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा. Amazing verses. Please pay attention to the meaning of every single word. Na rupamasyeha tatha upalabhyate. I cannot understand the root of this banyan tree in this material world. Okay? Na anta, na adir, na sampratishtha. I cannot understand the end of this tree. I cannot understand the beginning of this tree. I cannot understand where this tree came from. This tree has become so big, so complex. Sanchi responds to your question, right? This tree has become so complex. पता नहीं कहीं ऊपर जा रहा है, कहीं नीचे जा रहा है. इतने सारे branches आ गए हैं कि I cannot understand where it started, where it is ending, and where I am at this particular point. Right? Ashwatthaменam suvirudha moolam. The moolam, the roots of this tree have become so strong. Right? This tree has become so strong. Krishna says there's only one thing you can do. Please take your highlighter and mark that last line. Asanga shastrena thrudena chitva. There's only one thing I can do. Chitva. Cut this tree. Chitva. How do I cut this tree? Thrudena. With thrudata. With determination. But what is my weapon? My weapon is asanga shastrena. My shastra is asanga. Asanga. Giving up association. Giving up attachment. Becoming detached. Okay? Here is the solution to get out of this material world. This deep-rooted Ashwatha tree should be cut down with the strong acts of detachment. Krishna says that this Ashwatha tree has become very, very complicated. It is not easy for you to understand. Because as soon as we take on this body, we started identifying with this body. And problem started right there. I immediately forgot that I am Jivatma, I am part of God. I forgot all of that. Instead, I started to think I am Varsha. And when I think I am Varsha, Varsha has 1,000 desires. And so Varsha gets deeply entangled. Varsha has these senses which pull her in different directions. I want food, I want entertainment, I want to look good, I want to have relationships, I want fame, I want prestige. I want. My senses are constantly instigating. My desires are endless. So what happens? I work very, very hard to fulfill my desires. And then what happens? If my desire gets fulfilled, greed or intensity se desire aata hai. And if my desire does not get fulfilled, anger. Right? Kama esha, krodha esha, rajo guna samudbhava. In this body, I forget that I am the soul. I start to identify myself with flesh and bones. I am Varsha. I forget my origin. I forget that I am Sanatan. I forget I am eternally a child of God. Aham bija pradapita, that father is telling me, but I forget. And I run after satisfying my bodily needs. And in this quest to fulfill all my material happiness, I get involved in faltuka activities. Sometimes to fulfill my desires, I even commit paap. Right? So I move to lower species. I move to upper species. I love doing Satnarayan Puja. So I get some punya. So I keep going like this. This material world, na, there's a lovely example. हम लोग हिंदी मूवी में देखते हैं ना कि when they want to torture a person, what do? They put his head in water, right? Till he is getting almost suffocated. And then when he is just about to die of suffocation, they pull his head out of the water. Wow! Few breaths. है ना? Again they put his head back into the water. When he comes out, he gets 2-3 सांसें and he feels so heavenly. Feels ki, wow, this is fantastic. Right? Our life is like that. Thoda kuch macha milta and we think this is fantastic. Other times we are suffocating. है ना? We are in the worst possible situation. We are suffocating. फिर बाहर निकालते वहां नई गाड़ी मिल गई. Right? Again suffocation. Again इतना मेहनत, इतना भागदौड़, इतना लेट नाइट्स, देन अगेन वाह, आज है ना कुछ गिफ्ट मिल गया हस्बैंड से. वी आर नॉट लेटिंग आवरसेल्व्स गो आउट ऑफ दिस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड. कभी पाप, कभी पुण्य, which leads to what? कभी खुशी, कभी गम, right? We are trapped in this material existence. Several lifetimes have passed. The soul is continuously working hard, trying to enjoy chotu some material happiness. Because of this, several roots of desire have spread everywhere. And Krishna is giving us the remedy. Asanga shastrena dhrudena chitva. Asanga. Cut this tree with the weapon of detachment. Give up all attachments. Do your karma. Don't get attached to karma phal. Don't get attached to people, places, things, nothing. Use the acts of detachment and cut the root of desire. Realize constantly, I am not this material body, I am eternal Jivatma. Right? Everlasting happiness that I am running after, no material thing can give me. All my efforts to get gadi, goda, makan, all of it, no satiation. They only trap me further and further in sansar, in this web of life and death. There is only one solution. With detachment, I need to cut off the roots of this tree. This deep-rooted Ashwatha tree, I need to cut it down. Right? And my weapon is detachment. Just like all of us, we have hajar other things to do at 11 o'clock on Saturday. But 11 o'clock Saturday, we cut off all other material engagements and we logged in. Right? Like that, on a regular basis, we need to know what we need to cut off in our lives. Right? So first step, cut off all attachments with that strong acts of detachment. But that alone is not enough. Cutting down attachments is the first step. Okay? So scriptures tell us it's like I have a job today. Right? And I'm not enjoying my job. I want to change my job. In that case, resigning is my first step. Right? But मैं resign करके, I can't sit at home doing nothing, can I? No. I have to find a better job, a more suitable job. Correct? Only then I have the right to actually resign. So simply becoming free from material entanglement is not enough. That is the first step. But after becoming free from there, I need to proceed to the higher destination. I need to figure out the right person to get attached to. That is very, very important. Always keep in mind that Bharat Maharaj ka story. Such a wise king, such a pious king. He gave up everything. Rani ko choda, bachon ko choda, rajya ko choda. Right? Decided to dedicate his life to self-realization. Sat alone in the forest on the banks of Gandaki river. है ना? पुलाहा आश्रम में मस्त बैठे थे, यज्ञ हवन सब कुछ कर रहे थे. Unfortunately, he saved a newborn baby deer, brought that deer to his ashram. धीरे धीरे क्या हुआ? मेरा बच्चा क्या कर रहा है ना? Is my बच्चा happy? Is my बच्चा well fed? अटक गए उस बच्चे में. धीरे धीरे सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन पीछे रह गया, बॉन्डेज वापस से आ गया. राइट? मेरा डियर खुश है क्या? एंड एट द मोमेंट ऑफ डेथ व्हाट हैपेंड? हिज माइंड वाज फोकस्ड ऑन दैट लिटिल बेबी डियर. Oh, what is going to happen to this baby deer when I die? Next life, took on the body of a deer. Right? Remember in the 8th chapter we had done. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatante kalevaram tam evaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavitah. Whatever state I remember when I'm quitting this body, that is the state that I will attain without fail. It is a law of last thought. Right? Bharat Maharaj, last thought, deer. तो क्या बने next जन्म में? Deer. On the other hand, look at Dhruv Maharaj. छोटे से 5 साल के बच्चे, बाप पे इतना गुस्सा आया, इतना गुस्सा आया, गए जंगल में। स्मार्ट चैप, जंगल में गए, फादर से दूर हुए, लेकिन he got attached to the supreme lord. He sat down in ghor tapasya, ghor meditation, but kept his focus, kept his attachment to the supreme. What did he get? Dhruvalok, permanent shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. Right? So this is what Krishna is recommending to us. First, asanga shastrena grudena chitva. So first thing you do is cut off all your attachments, and next verse he tells us what to do. Verse number 4, please repeat after me. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyah तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी. So here Krishna says, what should you do after you have cut down this tree? है ना, तुमने attachments तो तोड़ दिए. Now what should you do? ततः पदम तत् परिमार्गितव्यम. Now that you've cut out the tree, go and see कि भाई इस ट्री का बेस है ना कहां से आया है. यस्मिन गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः. सर्च फॉर दैट प्लेस, राइट. बस उधर जाओ कि वहां जाके तुम वापस इधर नहीं आओगे. Go search for that place, going where you will not come back to this material world. Who is over there? Tameva cha Adyam Purusham. There is the Adya Purush. The Supreme Lord is sitting in that place. वहां पे तुम क्या करो? प्रपद्ये, surrender. Surrender to that Supreme Lord. Go take His shelter. Right? Go take His shelter and guarantee you will not return to this material world. Yatah pravritti prasruta purani. From Him, everything has started. The whole universal activity has started from Him a long time ago. Go find Him and surrender to His lotus feet. God has already told us, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. I am the origin of all creation. Everything comes from me. So what we have to do is go find Him. Find the root. Find the root of this ulta tree that we are now stuck in. And once we find that Supreme Lord, we find Him in all these verses. Correct? We find Him in every verse of the Bhagavad Gita. Once we find Him, we need to surrender to Him. I don't know how many times I repeat the verse from the 7th chapter. Daivi hesha gudamayi mama maya duratyaya. Mam eva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Maya is very, very difficult to overcome. But when we surrender to the Supreme Lord, right? Once we surrender to Him, then Maya hamara kuch nahi bigad pati. So God is telling us how to surrender. How to surrender is cut down the Ashwatha tree. Surrender to the Supreme Lord. Take His refuge. When we do that, we will not return to this material world. After death, we will go back to Golok. Right? Now, very important verse. What do I need to be able to cut down that tree? Right? It's very easy to understand, okay, I need to cut down the tree. But what do I need? What is the process of surrender? What is the process of surrender? What are the steps that I need to follow so that my axe is always sharp? I need a very sharp axe, right, to cut the tree. Very clearly, Krishna has told me I need to cut the tree of this material world. For that, I need an axe. That axe is what? Asanga shastrena. But when I have an axe, I need to keep that axe really, really sharp. Otherwise, how do I cut the tree? Right? So the 5th verse, beautiful verse. Every word is important. Okay? I'll do it part by part. Please repeat after me. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha Adhyatma nitya vinivrutta kamaha dvandver vimukta sukha dukkha samner gachyantya mudha padavavyayam tad. Okay, so this is the surrendering process. Please highlight the entire verse. This is the process of surrender. All these qualities we've studied even before. Now Krishna is telling us without these qualities, you will never be able to exit. So the first quality, nirmana. Don't be stuck in pride. Right? If I want to go back to that eternal kingdom, I have to be nirmana, nirmoha. Nirmana means I don't want fame. I don't want puja, pratishtha, man. I don't want to run after designations. Right? All of us, we're constantly wanting some of the other designations. Like Prabhupada in the purport says, I want to be somebody's boss. I want to be the director of a company. I want to be the CEO. Right? I have to now understand all these designations belong to my body and I am not this body. Right? When I'm proud, when I think I'm the master, I'm the controller, I cannot surrender. Right? What exactly am I proud of? Now, I cannot surrender as long as I think I am Lord and Master. And why am I proud? Because of moha, because of illusion, because of ignorance. Right? When I take on a body, I fall in the trap of aham mameti. Aham, I, and mameti, mine. I am this body, everything belongs to me. Right? So I want to accumulate more and more. I want to satisfy this body of mine. I want to accumulate more wealth. I want to accumulate more prestige. I want to accumulate more people. Everything is for my enjoyment. And I think everything is going to continue to give me more and more happiness. Right? Everything is going to be mine forever and ever. And when I think like this, I cannot surrender. Please always keep the back of your mind that we are literally such stupid people that we've taken land that has been freely given to us by God. We've divided that land and we put our names on Satbara. Right? We have a piece of paper that says, this land belongs to me. And we all know who the land belongs to. Right? So we have to get out of this false notion, things belong to me. So nirmana, nirmoha. Right? And when I become free from this false illusion, then I will be able to get rid of all my false associations. Jita sanga dosha. Sanga ke jo dosh hai, I will be able to jito it. I will be able to win over all these sanga dosh. I am a Marwadi, I am a Maharashtrian, I am a South Indian. All these are sanga ke dosh. Because we put ourselves in chota packages. Right? I'm a Maharashtrian, I don't like Biharis. What nonsense is this? Right? I'm an Indian, I don't like Americans. All false affections, all faulty associations, and these bind me to the world. I have to conquer this. Jita Sanga Dosha. I have to realize that everybody is a child of God. So I need to develop equal vision. Remember, we've done that verse, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Ayam nija paroveti ganana laghu chetasam. जिसकी चेतना छोटी है, वो सोचता है कि यार ये मेरा है, ये उसका है ना, ये मेरे लिए है, ये उसके लिए है. छोटे मन वाले लोग ऐसे छोड़ते हैं. उदार चरिता नाम तु वसुधैव कुटुंबकम. Wise person understands कि the entire world is one big family. Right? That is how we have to overcome Sanga Dosh. So, Nirmana Moha Jita Sanga Dosha. Then what do we have to do? Adhyatma Nitya. Nitya, every single moment. I have to be connected with Adhyatma. How can I do that? By study of the scriptures. I have to inculcate spiritual knowledge. I have to consciously find out more and more about my spiritual identity so that I can always pull myself back saying, no Varsha, you're not this body. You are spirit soul. You are us Bhagwan ka bachcha. Right? So Adhyatma Nitya. I have to constantly connect myself with my spiritual identity. When I do that, Vinivritta Kamaha, all these stupid kamanayas that I have, all this stupid greed and lust that I have, I will be able to get free from it. I will take as much as I required. I will not take more than that. Nobody is telling us to starve ourselves to death or live poorly. No. Isha vasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunchita. Ma gridha kasya svidhana. Take whatever is your quota. Nobody is stopping you. तुम्हारे कोटे में beautiful लंबी गाड़ी आई है, please enjoy it. Don't take what belongs to somebody else. Right? Nirmana, nirmoha. Right? Vinivritta kamaha now. Yes, Priya, you have a question, dear?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
My question
Pranam.
is, how do we identify, how do we know what is our quota?
Whatever comes to you without hurting anybody else. You're born in a nice rich family. You have everything provided to you on a platter. You're well educated, right? You have all kinds of material opulences. You've got this without hurting anybody else, right? So that is your quota based on whatever you've done in the past, right? God, see, law of karma is absolute. There are no flaws in it. Based on your karma, you've got all of this in your life. Enjoy it. While enjoying it, be constantly conscious, right? That I don't want to get bound by it. I drive around in a Mercedes. Let the Mercedes not become my identity. I have something which I use, right? Let it not corrupt your consciousness. But whatever is given to you, a good husband, a wealthy home, lovely parents, lovely children, lots of jewelry sets, right? I mean, I have jewelry that has come to me from my grandmother. I've not hurt anybody, done nothing to get it, right? It is my quota. But let that not become your pride. Let that not lead to man and mohan. Right? So, whatever has come to you is very nicely your quota. Right? I mean, if you need, a bowl of rice, you need 2 chapatis, you need bhaji, you need that. Don't starve yourself. Enjoy your quota. It's there, available freely. Enjoy it. Don't get bound in it, is all that it is telling you. Okay? Share your opulence with other people. Okay? Alright. So, where were we? So, we said first, cultivate knowledge, understand who you are, understand what is yours, enjoy that, become free from lust, free from greed. When you do Adhyatma Nitya, when you're constantly connected with your spirit, right? That time, Dvandver Vimukta. ये द्वंद्व जो अपने लाइफ में है, कभी खुशी कभी गम, निकल जाएगा. Pleasure, pain, निकल जाएगा. Right? And it will lead you to Sukha, Dukkha, Samner. This too shall pass. When something happens in life, so be it. This too shall pass. Right? Such beautiful, profound phrases we have. Right? We should write them all over the house. This too shall pass. जो भी हो रहा है life में, so be it. This helps us become firm in our knowledge and helps us surrender to that Supreme Lord. And when our hearts get cleansed, then we will be able to perfectly sit down and hold Bhagwan Ji ke pav ekdam ghatt, ekdam tightly. Gachanti amudha padamavyayam tat. At that point, we will be amudha. We will not be foolish. Why? Because we've chosen the right padam, the right feet. Padam, beautiful lotus feet of the Lord. And that lotus, that place is avyayam. That place never gets destroyed. That destination is permanent. We know that this material world, created, maintained, will be destroyed. But those padam is avyayam. The spiritual world is eternal. And I can approach the spiritual world only when I am amudha. Amudha, when I'm not bewildered, yaar ye mere saath kyun ho raha hai na? Why do I have to suffer this dukkha? Why is this happening to me? No, these are all questions in this temporary world. Once I realize my spiritual identity, then this sukha dukkhas, does not bother me. Man apman does not matter, right? Because now I have chosen the right person to attach myself to. I have understood my destination. दुबई हो गया, फ्रांस हो गया, और क्या जापान हो गया, चाइना हो गया, सब घूम घाम के अब पता चला यार गोलोक वृंदावन नेक्स्ट डेस्टिनेशन है ना. अपना बकेट लिस्ट में वन एंड वन ओनली थिंग, भगवान जी मुझे अमूढ़ होके उस पदम तक आना है. I want to enter your spiritual realm and stay there forever in your service. So with a prayer that we all become amudha and that we all get to go to that padam avyayam, to that eternal kingdom. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Thank you all for joining.